From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
'Tis the season for fun in the streets of Hazleton. The largest street fair in Northeast Pennsylvania took over downtown, and there was even a visitor from the North Pole. Santa Claus helped carry out this year's theme of Christmas in September. A full recap of Fun Fest right now on News 13. And later, some Alter Street residents take their fight against violence and crime to City Hall. What they want from Hazleton's mayor coming up. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. It was Christmas in September in downtown Hazleton over the weekend. Although a few months early, the celebration was actually for Fun Fest 2012. News 13's Mark Nashko hit the streets Saturday afternoon where, amidst Mother Nature's fury, many were still managing to have fun of all kinds.
From delicious food to classic cars and games, it's all at FunFest. That's why the yearly event attracts so many people. Where else can you find this many things in one place? There's even a pierogi eating contest.
2, 1, eat pierogies!
The object? Be the first to eat 4 in one round, then move to the championship. And the winner is Turby Francisco. He ate 10 in addition to the first 4.
I ate 10. That was cool because, really, I was really hungry though. Then I ate it.
And there's always something new at FunFest. Now here's something that's right up my alley, a Christmas cookie tasting contest. As you can see, you pay $2. This benefits the Chamber of Commerce, and you can sample 6 cookies. So we're going to try one right now. This one looks really, look at this, a creme de menthe, the chocolate. Donna Byerly baked these treats perfect for this year's FunFest Christmas theme. The recipe's simple.
These are chocolate mint cookie bars. It's the Christmas theme, and they're basically chocolate brownies with a mint layer and then chocolate on top of that. My husband's favorite, that's why we're here.
And what's a little rain when you're having all this fun? Downpours couldn't keep the crowds away for long.
Got a great turnout already. The car show has a really good turnout.
Festivities continued Sunday with a street fair and parade. Reporting for News 13 on SSPTV, I'm Mark Nashko.
Well, after the fun, Mark teamed up with News 13's Gary Perna to highlight a part of FunFest that many may not know. While many are eating their way up and down the streets, enjoying all the tasty treats, every sale is dollar signs and good news for many organizations who rely on the street fair to operate.
FunFest 2012 got underway Saturday with a strong wind in the air, but that did not stop hundreds of people from coming out and supporting nonprofit organizations who depend on the money raised at FunFest to support them throughout the year. One of those organizations is the Hazleton Quarterback Club, a big support for the Cougar football players.
It's vitally important to us. It's an important fundraiser towards our mission to supporting the high school football team, but it's also a good community event. It gets our name out to the public, and we have repeat customers who come back for our food, and it establishes a good name for us in the community.
But the Quarterback Club is not the only one that comes out and asks for support from the community. Organizations like the McAdoo Fire Company have been coming to FunFest for over 2 decades, and every year the fire company stand keeps growing. Now the fire company offers everything from potato cakes to hoagies to halushki.
It's a big boost. It goes for us paying for all the vehicles we have, the equipment we put out there for the guys, training, pretty much keeping the lights and the heat on in the building. It goes for anything and everything.
And the Pioneer Fire Company of Hazleton sells a ticket to help local youngsters in the community. And according to Ray Whiteknight, it's money the company wouldn't have.
It's money that we wouldn't be able to raise otherwise. But the people are very generous downtown. Stop by, talk, buy a ticket, and it's a big help.
The same is true for the West Hazleton Ambulance Association. The all-volunteer service depends on fundraisers like FunFest to keep the doors open.
FunFest is important to all nonprofits because a lot of nonprofits is the only place that they can
bring their products and either sell the food or have people with the gathering. There's thousands of people in one location to benefit the nonprofits so they can upkeep their either ambulance building or firehouse.
And all the nonprofits say FunFest is one of the biggest fundraisers they have a year, and they truly depend on the money that comes in from the two-day event. Reporting for News 13 in downtown Hazleton, I'm Gary Perna at FunFest 2012.
Now, one highlight of the weekend, and a good laugh for many, celebrity tricycle races. Sunday morning, News 13's Jasmine Brooks and Eric Jenkins geared up in elf attire and hopped on kid-sized tricycles hoping for a win. They joined workers from WYLN, State Representative Tara Toohill, and President of the Chamber of Commerce, Donna Palermo. All the riders were matched up in pairs to battle it out on the tricycle track. It was a real nail-biter to the end. Jasmine started off strong but lost her momentum as the races went on. And as for Eric, well, he kind of broke his tricycle, and that is a whole other story that we'll leave for another day. In the end, it was Donna Palermo versus Representative Toohill in the final heat, and the winner was Donna Palermo. So congrats to her. Looks like it was a lot of fun. I'm really sorry I missed it. And especially Eric breaking the tricycle. Good job, Eric. Well, moving on tonight, today, more than 3.4 million Girl Scouts and 50 million alumni are part of a movement that began with just 18 girls in 1912. Congratulations to the Girl Scouts of the USA for reaching a milestone, 100 years. News 13 stopping by Mohegan Sun Arena Saturday to celebrate the past 100 years of Girl Scouts and the next 100 years of building tomorrow's leaders. Inspiring generations joined community members, business leaders, and professionals together to celebrate the centennial of Girl Scouting. Girl Scouts in the heart of Pennsylvania also recognized 4 women leaders, including Martha Hurin, with the Ignite Award.
I'm very humbled and honored to accept an award and to be part of this great organization that builds character, confidence, and courage in our young women today.
They are high-achieving role models that really can show girls what a woman can do when she puts her mind to it, that she has just as much ability as anyone else, and that's what Girl Scouts is all about, giving girls that self-confidence and courage and character they need to do whatever their dreams might, wherever their dreams might take them.
Also recognized with the Ignite Award, former First Lady of Pennsylvania Ellen Casey, inventor of LizTech Jill Elizabeth, and President-CEO of Blue Cross of Northeast Pennsylvania Denise Cassari. Over the past 100 years, the focus of Girl Scouts has remained the same: to challenge girls to step outside of their comfort zones and build confidence and leadership skills. We say congratulations especially to Martha Hurin, who hails from the Hazleton area. Coming up on News 13, we take a look inside an apartment where residents say the conditions are so bad they can't even live there. Plus, the mayor of Hazleton sat down with residents of one neighborhood who have had enough of the crime. And later, a little later, remembering those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, how one community came together. Coming up.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
Well, the sun's shining. It's still early September, but it feels like fall, and that's okay because it's fall sports season, and we've got a full slate of action going on right now, as a matter of fact. First of all, the Lady Cougar field hockey team is on the road up at Coughlin. They're looking for not only their first win, but they're looking for their first goal of the season. The football team and the field hockey team right now having an offensive drought, to say the least. Meanwhile, out in the golf courses today, you got Pittston down at Sugarloaf to take on Hazleton. North Schuylkill is at Blue Mountain. GAR at MMI, and in the Schuylkill League, Lee Heighton visits Tamaqua. Pittston comes into the north side. They take on the MMI Preppers in boys soccer. Meanwhile, Coughlin right now down at the Maple Manor Field taking on the Lady Cougars. MMI, they are on the road at Pittston. North Schuylkill at Blue Mountain, Jim Thorpe at Tamaqua, down south in the Schuylkill League. It's Wyoming Valley Conference Day in tennis. Holy Redeemer in town. They're doing battle on the courts against Hazleton area. MMI at Hanover. Volleyball, well, MMI at Coughlin, and Mahanoy is at Shenandoah Valley. Kyle Landis didn't pitch last night. His Akron team, 5-2 winners over the Bowie team of Baltimore Orioles system. Meanwhile, the Scranton Wilkesboro Yanks, they had a marvelous season. Best record in, here they get knocked off for the playoffs. That's what playoffs can do. Pawtucket, just figure it out. You're better than them for 6 months out of the season, and then you beat them in the playoffs. But that's the way it goes in pro sports anymore, and they're out. So a good season for a team, particularly one that really didn't have a home game all year long. What can I tell you about Russell Kanzler? I mean, we've been telling you for the better part of 3 years with the Cubs organization, with the Rays, and with the Indians, this kid deserves a shot at the major leagues. He's getting in late here with the Indians, but he's making the most of it. If you didn't hear, he went yard for the first time in his major league career over the weekend, and he's backed it up with another game where he got a hit. So that means 7 games he's played now. He has a 7-game hit streak going on. Can't ask much more than that. We said, just give him a shot, and he's finally getting that right now with Cleveland. Let's hope he has a really strong September. They're in Minnesota tonight. That's a wraparound series, and then they come home to the Cleveland, and maybe Justin Verlander will be on the mound this weekend. He'll get a look at him. That'd be interesting. Phillies, don't look now, but the Phils are creeping up. They're just 5 back in the wild card race. Is it even possible? I don't know. Just keep watching. You're a Philly fan, don't give up yet. Pittsburgh in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh is one of the teams the Phils would have to catch in that wild card chase. And Washington and the New York Mets. There are no American League games of local interest other than that Cleveland one. Yankees, Rays, and Orioles all have the day off. Baltimore is where Joe Madden and company go, and that'll start tomorrow night, so it's going to get interesting. 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. Speaking of Baltimore, one is right there as the Ravens host Cincinnati, and then it's going to be Oakland and San Diego in the late one. Now, yesterday, while the Eagles were winners and so were the Jets, Steelers were losers, and the Kansas City Chiefs got thumped. Nate Eachus did not get a touch of the football and only played sparingly in the ball game. So we'll keep an eye on that. But if they don't get some offense generated, they got to give them a shot, right? Hey, we got just the thing for the Monday Blues. It's Bottlenecks, where it's crab and clam seafood jam night, because if you love seafood, you'll love Monday nights at Bottlenecks. You got the white shell little neck clams in garlic butter or the peel and eat shrimp. Both of them, they're going for $3 a dozen. Or go for the jumbo snow crab legs. You get a pound for just $8.95. It's all at Bottlenecks, our sponsors each and every night on SSPTV.
This is the day after Fun Fest, the day Roger Maris was born 78 years ago. Hi, everybody. On this very day, exactly 40 years ago, September 10th, 1972, the United States lost the controversial Olympic basketball final 51-50 to the Soviet Union in Munich. The Americans came into the final game with a 63-game winning streak in Olympic basketball dating back to 1936. The U.S. trailed by 8 points with 6 minutes left and whittled away at the lead. With 6 seconds remaining and the U.S. down by a point, Doug Collins was fouled and sank 2 free throws to put the U.S. ahead 50-49. The Soviet team inbounded the ball, and the clock ran out. But amid Americans' on-court celebration, the USSR coach claimed they called timeout after Collins' free throw. After a long discussion, Olympic officials allowed the Soviets to inbound the ball, again with 3 seconds on the clock. The Russians threw the ball the length of the court to the big center, who scored the winning basket. Subsequent appeals by the U.S. to reverse the defeat were denied by Olympic officials. In those same Olympics, 5 days previously, 11 Israeli athletes, 5 terrorists, and a German policeman were killed during a 23-hour drama that began with an invasion of the Olympic Village in Munich by terrorists It ended in a shootout at a military airport some 15 miles away as the terrorists attempted to fly to Cairo with their Israeli hostages. The first 2 Israelis were killed earlier in the day when the terrorists, armed with automatic rifles, broke into the headquarters of the Israeli team and seized the 9 others as hostages. The terrorists demanded the release of more than 200 Arab commandos imprisoned in Israel. The bloodbath brought about a suspension of the games, and there was much doubt that the Olympics would continue. However, Avery Brundage, chairman of the International Olympic Committee, famously said, the games must go on. And 34 hours later, competition resumed. On this day, the ground rule double was born 88 years ago in 1924. At Ebbets Field, some 7,000 fans forced their way into a game between the Brooklyn Dodgers and New York Giants. Many used crowbars and a telephone pole to rip the heavy gate in left field off its hinges to gain entry into the ballpark. Others scaled the outfield wall. Dozens were injured. The overflow crowd was completely out of control. Some 40 police officers battled the crowd, and 150 reinforcements were called to clear around 15,000 people from the streets outside the ballpark. After the gates were secured, was it an important game? Mother of God, yes, it was. An estimated 32,000 people jammed into a space for about 24,000 seats. The overflow inside moved onto the field along the outfield wall, leading to the creation of a ground rule double, which stipulates that balls hit into the crowd are doubles. Amid the confusion, the Giants won 8-7 in a game that included 9 ground rule doubles. How about those Redskins? Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Greater Hazelton Health Alliance, in conjunction with Dr. Kathleen Veglia, will be hosting a free skin cancer screening at the 15th Street Cancer Treatment Center Tuesday, September 25th from 2 to 4 p.m. Registration is required and space is limited, so call today 570-501-6204. And finally, on Saturday, September 22nd, Nesquebec State Park will be hosting a family paddling program led by the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. The program is free and participants will learn about the regulations, equipment, and safety of paddling. Registration is required by calling 570-403-2006. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Martha M. Alexa, formerly of Hazelton. Private services will be held September 15th at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. A celebration of life will be held at a later date. Stanley M. Dura of Freeland. Funeral will be private from the McNulty Funeral Home. Friends may attend a graveside service Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. in the St. Casimir Cemetery. And Sally S. Conover of Freeland. Services will be held at the convenience of the family from the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-priced dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Marco building.
And welcome back, everyone. We're pleased to have our good friend Cynthia Donlan joining us now from the Lupus Foundation. Also a patient herself, helping others deal with lupus and other autoimmune diseases. So Cynthia, welcome.
Hi guys, it's always good to come back, and I'm all excited. We're starting out our new year again with more speakers for the upcoming year, and the first topic is going to be, of course, just about lupus itself and autoimmune diseases. We're going to have Dr. Puglisi, who is a rheumatologist at Geisinger and Wilkes-Barre, come down and talk to our group, and it's going to be on lupus and other autoimmune diseases. If you have any questions, you're not quite sure exactly what lupus is, you're more than welcome to come. If you're a college student, a medical school student, a nursing student, or a high school student, you're more than welcome to come and talk to the doctor, get information for a project. Also, we're looking for volunteers this year, high school students who want to do a project for a nonprofit organization. If you come to the meeting tomorrow night, I'll talk to you, and also that meeting will become part of your credits towards your project that you have to do for us. It's going to be free of charge, 7 o'clock at the Bowl Arena, and information on lupus and other autoimmune diseases will be there. Everybody's welcome to come out. As you know, lupus is an autoimmune disease. That means the body basically attacks itself. It no longer recognizes itself as being a part of, an organ being a part of the body. The kidneys can be involved, the heart can be involved, blood, the brain, bones. Any part of the body can be involved with lupus, and basically it could be treated with steroids, anti-inflammatory drugs, and it could be as severe as taking chemotherapy agent and an organ transplant medication. Also, sometimes just screams with skin disorder. But most of the time, when it's systemic, there's much more intense medications involved.
Right. And so tomorrow night is a big night that you'd like everyone to come out to.
Absolutely.
And that's because of this doctor that's going to be
Yes, he's
speaking.
going to be a rheumatologist from Geyser, and he's one of the best doctors in the area for rheumatology, and he knows his stuff, and we get him every year. He's a wonderful guy. And also in October, if you want to have some fun, we're going to have a self-defense class for people with physical disabilities. We have a woman, Michelle Michaels, who's, by the way, my doctor's girlfriend, and a registered nurse. She's going to come out and teach people how to defend themselves. She said we might flip one or two people there at the meeting, and we'll see what that's all about. It's not going to be me, though. That I could tell you right now.
All right, so it's every second Tuesday of the month, 7 o'clock at Bowl Arena. And if any, you're very open and available to people to talk to them, to support them, to answer their questions, and they can just call you if they want some information.
Anytime you need help from me, I'm available. I'm here to listen to people and answer those questions as best as I can. If I don't know the answers, I go find them for you. Also, I'm going to be at the Senior Expo that's coming up this week at the mall too. If you want to come out and and see me, I'll be doing lupus screenings all day long for people that are not quite sure if they have lupus or not. You answer a questionnaire. If the questions are 4 out of 11 yeses, you could take it to your doctor and let them run the right tests on you. So we'll be out there too as well. But tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Bowl Arena, free of charge. Doctor talking, ask questions. We're here to help you out, no problem. 956-0772 is my phone number, and that's what we're all about, is education and support.
All right, and also not only the support group and the Taming of the Wolf Festival, which happens in the spring, but also, again, high school students or maybe looking for a volunteer project or community service.
Right.
Cynthia is inviting you to do some work with the Lupus Foundation and her here locally, so you can get in touch with her. Again, that number is 956-0072.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate having us as usual.
Absolutely, Cynthia, and good luck with the support group this year, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon to talk about the festival.
And you can be guaranteed of.
Absolutely, we'll see you then. All right, well, we saw some strong storms move through the area this past weekend, dumping inches of rain on our area in a short amount of time. And how about the fall-like weather today? I'm loving it. Don't know about you, and Cynthia is too. Let's check out the forecast over the next 24 hours to see if the nice temps will be sticking around. We will start first in Schuylkill County. For tonight, we'll see clear skies, chilly evening ahead, 45, and tomorrow we're again at 73, so nice fall-like temps, and the sun remains high and bright out there, folks. Moving to Greater Hazleton tonight, and thanks to Daniel Gendomenico from Holy Family Academy for helping us with tonight's forecast. He shows us a picture of a sunny day outside with a few birds flying around. And the forecast for Greater Hazleton is much the same as Schuylkill County. We'll see mostly clear skies taking you through to your Tuesday, a low down to 44 tonight. We're up to only 70 on Tuesday, so a very comfortable day. And again, that sun will be shining bright. All right, more news and information headed your way next here on News 13 with Jasmine Brooks, so make sure you stay with us.
Coming up right now, live on News 13, residents from one Hazleton neighborhood where a man was shot to death in the middle of the street are reaching out to city officials, making a plea for protection.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Thank you so much for staying with us tonight, everyone. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Well, longtime residents who live along one Hazleton City street are speaking up and asking city officials for help after recent crime has taken over their neighborhood. These residents will not stand for it and are reaching out to city officials to help in their fight back against criminals. Hazleton's top cop Frank D'Andrea and Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi met with concerned Alter Street residents Monday afternoon at City Hall. Several people showed up to voice their opinion on what they think needs to happen to help better protect their street. The common solution? Installing cameras. But Chief D'Andrea says that may not be the answer. Although cameras may help identify who committed the crime, a camera will not prevent the crime from happening. News 13 spoke with one city resident who has called Alter Street her home for the past 30 years. This woman has heard gunshots, witnessed drug deals, and even lives across the street from a business that was robbed at gunpoint. Although this resident did not want to be shown on camera, she was willing to speak up about her concerns.
People who've lived on that street for a long time and are very proud of our town, we're concerned. We're concerned for the safety, our own safety, and the safety of other families and their children.
This woman's home is protected by a security system, but she is considering going another step further by purchasing a gun. As far as installing cameras along Alter Street, the city's not planning on doing that just yet. Besides those paid for with grant money, Mayor Yannuzzi says he has never put a camera in the city of Hazleton. Only merchants and citizens have installed them. Chief DeAndrea says only community and police can stop crime, not cameras. Tenants of one apartment building in another section of the city are complaining about a dirty situation. Cockroaches, fleas, bed bugs, ticks, feces, and excess garbage, just the beginning of a long list of problems tenants of this Diamond Avenue property say they're having. The problem stemming from an apartment on the top floor. That tenant recently moved out but left behind deplorable conditions.
The whole building is going to have to be exterminated. The landlady is here, she knows that, and they're taking steps with the exterminators to get the building exterminated. The other problems with the building need to be addressed by the code enforcement officers. If there are any building code violations, they'll look after them.
News 13 has recently learned Thompson has posted the problem apartment. No tenant will be able to occupy that specific apartment until the landlord, Antonio Sarantino, fixes the problem and has it approved by city officials. The decision on whether or not to post the rest of the building will be made as soon as possible. On Friday morning, the First National Community Bank was robbed by a man who said he had a gun. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the robber got away. However, thanks to quick work by police in Hazleton and in Scranton, and thanks to the media, including News 13, the suspected bank bandit who was in MnSEC, he was a MnSEC inmate, was behind bars within hours. 41-year-old Kevin Parks left MnSEC on a pass but never showed up at his intended destination. Instead, police say he robbed the bank, then took a taxi to Scranton where he was found by police in the street drunk. But before he headed out of town, an employee of News 13 spotted him and tipped police off, which helped with Parks' identification. Chief Frank DeAndrea credits News 13 and WNEP with helping his guys put Parks behind bars so quickly. Here's what he had to say at a news conference Friday afternoon.
Our day is rudely interrupted by local News 13, who text messages us and says, I think that someone who fits the description of the bank robber is in the MnSEC alley. And lo and behold, we review the tape, and that's exactly what it was. And that lead is what I would like to stress. Not only that specific one, but an hour later, as my detectives are unraveling the who, what, and where, and working with MnSEC to identify the individual, what ends up happening is that the Newswatch 16 hears the Scranton Police Department on a stop for an individual who's drunk on the street. And it's Bob Reynolds from Newswatch 16 who calls Scranton PD and says, that's the guy that's wanted for the bank robbery in Hazleton. And this is what I'm stressing. And I'm so happy that we have such a working relationship with the news media, because you are part of the heart and soul of the community. And this is what it's all about. You work with us and we work with the community, and collectively, it's every one of us taking a stance.
Working together caused us to have this streamlined arrest process. I mean, thankfully, we were able to put this to bed very, very early, and, it's very rare that we actually have an opportunity to make an arrest and get the person in custody before we even have a chance to type up the paperwork saying what they did. And, this is just great work by the community and all the authorities that are doing their job.
Detective Zaposky says that the employees at MnSEC and state parole workers also played a big role in Parks' arrest quickly. Tonight, he remains behind bars. Moving on tonight, tomorrow marks 11 years since terrorists attacked the United States, killing hundreds of innocent Americans. Many will pause to remember the lives lost, those who were injured, and the many men and women who became heroes on that day. In Hazleton, emergency workers gathered Sunday morning at Holy Rosary Church to pay tribute to the fellow firefighters, ambulance workers, and police officers who lost their lives on that day 11 years ago. Each year, Hazleton's fire department takes time to remember the fallen heroes and all those who didn't make it out alive. This year, 2 staples of the Mass were missing, but were there in spirit. Father Pat Janello and Leo Valovich played a big role in the Mass each year. Both sadly passed away. Of the nearly 3,000 people killed in the September 11 attacks, 412 were emergency workers in New York City who responded to the World Trade Center. We will have much more on Sunday's service coming up Tuesday on News 13. Stay with us tonight on News 13. We have more local news headed your way. We'll head to the borough of Freeland, where a new library has opened up, but it's a little different than your normal library. Stay tuned. It's a simple idea that brings a rewarding outcome. A free book exchange set up in the community of Freeland is not only promoting reading, it's bringing neighbors together. News 13 stopping by the Freeland Town Square Sunday to check out the community's brand new miniature library. The idea, called Little Free Library, started in Wisconsin and has made its way all around the world. Local author Leanne Brogan and her husband have installed a Little Free Library in their community. Here's how it works.
Well, actually, you could just come in and exchange a book. Okay, you bring a book from home, and then you can take one from the Little Free Library. It's for everyone. There's children's books in it. There's adult books in it. Anyone can use it. It's a community-based project. Okay.
Although Freeland's Little Free Library isn't the first in Pennsylvania, it is the first in Luzerne County. This idea fosters a sense of community, sharing, and honesty, all while promoting reading. Each library's design is unique, and builders are encouraged to be creative. For more information on Little Free Libraries, visit littlefreelibrary.org. Well, it was Christmas in September in downtown Hazleton over the weekend. Although a few months early, the celebration was actually for FunFest 2012. News 13's Mark Nashko hit the street Saturday afternoon where amidst Mother Nature's fury, many were still managing to have fun of all kinds.
From delicious food to classic cars and games, it's all at FunFest. That's why the yearly event attracts so many people. Where else can you find this many things in one place? There's even a pierogi eating contest.
2, 1, eat pierogies!
The object? Be the first to eat 4 in one round, then move to the championship. And the winner is Turby Francisco. He ate 10 in addition to the first 4.
I eat 10. That was cool because, you know, really, I was really hungry though. Then I ate it.
And there's always something new at FunFest. Now here's something that's right up my alley, a Christmas cookie tasting contest. As you can see, you pay $2. This benefits the Chamber of Commerce, and you can sample 6 cookies. So we're going to try one right now. This one looks really, look at this, a creme de menthe, the chocolate. Donna Byerly baked these treats perfect for this year's FunFest Christmas theme. The recipe's simple.
These are chocolate mint cookie bars. It's the Christmas theme, and they're basically chocolate brownies with a mint layer and then chocolate on top of that. My husband's favorite, that's why we're here.
And what's a little rain when you're having all this fun? Downpours couldn't keep the crowds away for long.
Got a great turnout already. The car show has a really good turnout.
Festivities continued Sunday with a street fair and parade. Reporting for News 13 on SSPTV, I'm Mark Nashko.
And after the fun, Mark teamed up with News 13's Gary Perna to highlight a part of FunFest that many may not know. While many are eating their way up and down the streets, enjoying all the tasty treats, every sale is dollar signs, and good news for many organizations who rely on the street fair to operate.
FunFest 2012 got underway Saturday with a strong wind in the air, but that did not stop hundreds of people from coming out and supporting nonprofit organizations who depend on the money raised at FunFest to support them throughout the year. One of those organizations is the Hazleton Quarterback Club, a big support for the Cougar football players.
It's vitally important to us. It's an important fundraiser towards our mission to supporting the high school football team, but it's also a good community event. It gets our name out to the public, and we have repeat customers that come back for our food, and it establishes a good name for us in the community.
But the Quarterback Club is not the only one that comes out and asks for support from the community. Organizations like the McAdoo Fire Company have been coming to FunFest for over 2 decades, and every year the fire company stand keeps growing. Now the fire company offers everything from potato cakes to hoagies to halushki.
It's a big boost. It goes for us paying for all the vehicles we have, the equipment we put out there for the guys, training, pretty much keeping the lights and the heat on in the building. It goes for anything and everything.
And the Pioneer Fire Company of Hazleton sells a ticket to help local youngsters in the community. And according to Ray Whiteknight, it's money the company wouldn't have.
It's money that we wouldn't be able to raise otherwise. But the people are very generous downtown. Stop by, talk, buy a ticket, and it's a big help.
The same is true for the West Hazleton Ambulance Association. The all-volunteer service depends on fundraisers like FunFest to keep the doors open.
FunFest is important to all nonprofits because a lot of nonprofits is the only place that they can bring their products and either sell the food or have people with the gathering. There's thousands of people in one location to benefit the nonprofits so they can upkeep their either ambulance building or firehouse.
And all the nonprofits say FunFest is one of the biggest fundraisers they have a year, and they truly depend on the money that comes in from the 2-day event. Reporting for News 13 in downtown Hazleton, I'm Gary Perna at FunFest 2012.
The fall-like conditions are here to stay, or that summer heat will be making a comeback. But first, Freddie B is in with sports. Some exciting news about Kansas City Chief Nate Eaches. Stick around to hear more. Well, we saw some strong storms move through the area this past weekend, dumping inches of rain on our area in a short amount of time. And how about the fall-like weather? I'm loving it. I don't know about you. Let's check out that forecast over the next 24 hours to see if those nice temps will be sticking around. We're going to start in Schuylkill County tonight. Clear skies, wind down to 6 miles per hour with a low of 45 degrees. Oh, sunglasses, I love that. Checking out the 4-day weather. Tuesday, sunny skies with a high near 73. And then at night, a low of 48 degrees. Into your Wednesday, a high near 78 degrees again, calm winds, and at night, a low around 49 degrees. Looking at Thursday, another sunny day with a high of 77 and a low of 55 degrees. And then for your TGIF, mostly sunny skies, a high near 79 and a low of 57 degrees. Goodbye, sunglass sunshines. Moving into Greater Hazleton tonight, and thanks to Danielle Jen Demencio from Holy Family Academy for helping us with tonight's forecast. He shows us the picture of a sunny day outside, a few birds flying around. Let's check on that forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low down to 44 degrees. Looking into your 4-day outlook, it goes like this. Sunny skies across the board for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all hitting at least 70 degrees. For your low on Tuesday night, we're going to see 50 degrees. Your low for Wednesday, 51, and moving up to 55 degrees for your low on Thursday. Heading into your Friday, mostly sunny skies, but there will be a high of 78 degrees. At night, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 56 degrees. And finally tonight, this past Sunday, one local business owner threw a party for her beloved pup who greets everyone who visits the store down in the valley. Virginia, the golden retriever, celebrated her birthday at work inside Kathleen's Collectibles. Virginia's owner, Kathleen Benyo, had the party for her pup. There was cake and goodies for customers who came into the store, and there was even grab prizes, plus a 20% discount on all dog items, and that lasts all week long. I guess you could say it was a party for everyone. Happy birthday to Virginia from all of us here at News 13 SSP TV. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just go to our website, News 13, that's SSPTV.com. There you'll find everything Greater Hazleton, Schuylkill County, and beyond, just one simple click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you Tuesday. Good night.